This video is going to be 10 things that chapter 3 made me realize. I wrote them all down in this notebook to tell you guys a little bit about each thing, and the hope is that you're going to be able to learn off the things that I'm realizing so that you can improve even faster. I promise you, watching this whole video through, it's definitely going to be a good one. I just want to let you guys know though that right now I currently have 101-degree fever, but I'm still recording this video anyway because I need to get it out. So I'm not really going to be yelling. I'm more so just going to be talking to you guys. This gameplay in the background real quick is going to be me in arena with some good clips. Last thing, if you want to support, don't forget to use code KenBeans and check out the merch link down below. One thing that chapter 3 has made me realize now more than ever. Oh, and also real quick, this video is going to be timestamped, so if you want to skip around, feel free to. By now in chapter 3, I'm starting to realize how far my box fighting has actually come. I've really started to take note of ways that I'm really successful in box fights. When I first started, there was lots of things that I really used to struggle on. I've slowly but surely started to improve a lot in these areas, specifically talking about timing exactly when to jump into a box, especially now playing from more than one box away. You've probably heard me talk about this in millions of videos. Also, landing on the corner of builds so that I don't get boxed. If you're not really a cracked player, or even if you are a cracked player, everyone falls to being boxed up by landing and trying to pickaxe someone straight on. I started taking walls on the corner of builds, not really in front of the box. Just in general, seeing how far box fighting has come over the years and years of Fortnite, it's something to really pay attention to, and you really have to kind of tone your game into getting really good at box fight. Your movement, your aim, and your timing, especially now, has to be really, really good. If not, you're going to be getting sprayed like crazy, especially in chapter 3. The second thing that chapter 3 made me realize was that how good you have to be at trying to heal. Specifically now more than ever, trying to heal in a fight is one of the hardest things ever because people will just spray you non-stop. Every single time you do have a successful heal off after you just got cracked, take note of how you got into that situation so that you can be better off in the next fight. With the years of not only playing but watching Fortnite, I've seen how important healing is in fight. If you struggle in Fortnite, this can be an area that you're really lacking in. I don't know how many times, especially in chapter 3, will I go to fight someone and end up dying even though I had heals. It's got to be one of the most talked about and oversaid things on Fortnite, especially when it comes to tips and tricks, but I'm not really giving you tips and tricks about how to get better at healing. You might want that for me, to be honest with you, but it's really more so about yourself to find the best times and best strategies that work for you so that you can heal and fight. If you get cracked or crack someone, that's one of the best times to catch someone with their pants down because they're not expecting you to do anything stupid. Sometimes in Fortnite, I've been finding that if I want to win fights, I have to do a little out of the ordinary technique so that way I can try and surprise them. In the past 4 years of playing Fortnite, I've never been more of a fan of having a routine to get better at the game than right now. I created something so simple, so quick, so fun that's helped me improve a lot in chapter 3. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not here telling you that I abide by my practice. Every day I wake up, I grind. I try and Kovacs like 2 times a week. Maybe I'll spend 15-25 minutes, but I don't go that crazy with it. Even with that little practice of aim training, I find myself being more accurate with every single gun I pick up. Specifically speaking about Fortnite mechanics though, one thing I do is I grind creative 1v1. Lots of players use the pump in creative, that's useless. If you really want to get better at the game and you're on the game to grind in creative, you might as well use the new shotgun that's out right now. Using those guns will get you adjusted to the meta as fast as possible, even though it's really annoying. The main thing being, I realized how I got so good was by practicing things that I knew I was bad at the previous day. The second I feel uncomfortable pressing anything in Fortnite or doing any sort of action building technique, always remember that and make a mental note in my head. Every day I get on, I hop into creative or whatever, and I always try to remember what I was bad at so I could slowly get better at it. Lots of players, especially just starting out, it's one of the hardest things to get used to with the building aspect. That leads me into number 4. In order to see improvement, it's literally all about the time game. Being in chapter 3 with easily over 6,000 hours played on Fortnite, I realized the improvement process takes a very long time that many people don't care about. I'm a Fortnite player for the most part. If I'm being honest with you, I don't really play any other game. I was really big into Rocket League. I used to play that a little bit. If you guys don't know Rocket League, just know that the game's been out for a very long time now. The skill gap in that game is huge. It's kind of just like Fortnite. I've always started playing Fortnite, but when I was starting to play Fortnite and I went over to Rocket League and then I came back to Fortnite, I was seeing improvement on Rocket League, but it was very frustrating, and I can imagine this is the same thing for people on Fortnite, especially if you're kind of new. Playing against people who are so much better than you all the time can really just demotivate you really quick. The thing about video games, and it took me a long time to realize this, is that you need to be in it for the long run. Fortnite, Rocket League, you don't get good at these games quick. The game's already been out for 4 years, so you're already massively behind. There there's pros that sprout up out of nowhere. This isn't some sort of miracle, and this is, to be honest with you, I think it's very calculated. There's some players that play video games and can find ways to pick it up faster than others, and that's not because of how long they play. I honestly truly think that it's because of their experience with other games. They learn the fastest techniques to get good at the game they want to get good at. That any person that wants to become cracked can do it. Fortnite's going to be out for a really long time, and there's players that know that. So if you're just starting out now, you can give it 4 months and you're going to be cracked. The process to the time game is one of the most important things when it comes to any video game. But number 5, knowing how long it takes to reload the SMGs this season, one of the places I've gotten really good at that I've noticed because of chapter 3, since these new guns came out, is reloading at the best time. That's how you handle more than one person with a third party. That's how you handle 1v2ing, 1v3ing. Being an efficient and really good reloader in Fortnite is one of the most slept on things in my opinion. Reloading low-key reminds me of like an art on Fortnite that is never explained. To play aggressively and play the best you could possibly be, if you're not learning the best ways to reload in fights, then you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, because every single time you get into a fight, you always have to keep the pressure up. So if you're looking to improve in any area on Fortnite, that is definitely something you want to look at. Hopping into number 6, but spraying has always been a problem on Fortnite, now more than ever, especially in this new chapter. I'm starting to realize the little things involved in spraying and the mindset and the mentality behind people who always spray. One of the best ways to do this is to be the person who is always putting up the pressure. Not only should you start to keep the pressure up a lot, just like I talked about in the last tip, but it's more so about doing that so you can gain experience on when someone does it to you. That's one major mental tip on Fortnite that has helped me like crazy, especially coming up to chapter 3. Over like 20 seasons have gone by on Fortnite, I think. Something crazy. Spraying has always been the thing to do on Fortnite. That's just how the game is structured, if we're being honest. I try to learn the mindset of other players so that I can adapt to all these different play styles. But going back to the little things about being sprayed, it's the simple things in Fortnite really that get you killed, like healing in front of weak walls, healing in front of one wall in general, especially with this SMG, this new one, how it sprays through builds. There's literally so many small things when you're getting sprayed at that can help you not get sprayed at and help you not take a lot of damage. I'm starting to realize exactly the mindset of other people, specifically for tip number 6, that has helped me drastically in Fortnite. Moving on to number 7. We've been through 2 long chapters of Fortnite Battle Royale. We are now in chapter 3, and I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I still do not have a duo. This is probably what you're not expecting me to say, but I'm almost kind of happy about it. One of the best ways to get better at Fortnite in general is to be playing solos. It's always fun to switch it up, play with people, play with a trio, duo, whatever it is, but at the end of the day, solos is literally like my home. People who struggle in solos are going to be the same ones that are going to be lacking in duos and trios. To be honest with you, I think there's tons of people out there that perform better in team mode. It makes sense though. In a team mode, you could be more aggro, you keep the pressure up, and you're not worried about dying so much because you could also get rebooted, your teammate can come in and help you. But imagine if you were able to pair that same mindset you had in duos in the one in solos. Would you be better at solos if you had the same mindset you had in duos or trios? That's something that has massively changed the way I think about playing solos, because it's so important in Fortnite. Not having people to play with is a thing that you should be okay with, because it's actually in fact better for you. Moving on to number 8, we got 3 left, and I'm gonna make the last 2 really quick. Specifically, when this game first came out, I remember this used to be a huge deal. Now in chapter 3, seeing how good I've gotten and seeing how good other players around me have gotten, a common misconception is that you play this game for a long time every single day if you want to get cracked. You do not need to be playing 10-12 hours a day to get better at Fortnite. Now that I can look back on the previous 2 chapters, being in chapter 3, I've realized now more than ever the biggest and hardest parts about this game is realizing the decisions that you make when you're in the moment. Decision making in fights or when you're rotating is where you really see other players do well in Fortnite. So if you're a player who's been at a plateau kind of like I was for a long time, focus your time and effort into this area of Fortnite, because no matter your skill level, there's always going to be something you can work on in this category. If you're a player looking to get their first earnings, this is one of the biggest ego checks that you're going to have to do on yourself. This video is starting to get long, so I'm going to quickly mention off these last 2. I found myself dying in chapter 3 so many times to the dumbest things, especially when it first came out. I found myself saying that same thing in chapters 1 and chapter 2 though. Figuring this hard puzzle out to the game is extremely difficult, because in every single fight it's a little bit different, so it makes you believe that they're never the same. Try and find connections in how you die so that you could study them so that you can get better. That's a mental tip that I've been dragging across from chapter to chapter that's really helped me improve in Fortnite. Last but not least, the quickest way I've been ending fights in every new chapter is by studying how I die the fastest in fights. Kind of going off the last one, for number 10, you need to realize that the SMGs at this current moment are literally the meta. I'm sure we've all realized this by now, but especially in fights, I always carry a shotgun. But for the most parts, even now, I stopped carrying an AR and I only carry an SMG because they still hit from deep. I'm not going on a rant with these SMGs, but they're absolutely crazy from mid-range and long range. To finally close the book of chapter 1 and 2, looking back on all the things I learned that has led me to where I am today, specifically talking about my skill level, those are the most important things that chapter 3 made me realize. Like I said, I have 101-degree fever right now. I have a massive migraine and I even don't know how I got through this video, but I'm gonna work on editing this thing, so please drop a like and hit the sub button if you made it to the end. Got lots of crazy content coming soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Deuces. Peace.